How's it, guys? Another video. This time I'm quite excited to have a pair of the KEF Kit 100 DVD Uni-Q NXT speakers. They normally come as a 2.1 with that subwoofer and that DVD head unit. Quite an old system for what it's worth. And they have these speaker stands that it comes in. But I'm going to show you what's inside because I'm always quite curious to see how KEF put their speakers together, what the designs are like, what drivers they use, and yeah, the tech that's inside. Anyway, this is quite a bit of a intricate sort of pull apart or dismantling. So those that do have it, want to replace any units or perhaps even get a pair of these speakers and want to use them for their own. But as you can see, they've got the proprietary connectors at the back, which you'll have to get those that connect to the 21 pin unit. This fits to the back and even the back of the subwoofer. So you can't really use these with anything else unless you open them up and rewire them for yourselves, and you've got a fantastic set of stereo speakers, although they don't have very much low end extension, so expect to have a subwoofer to fill it in, which I'm sure some of you guys or most of you guys will have. Anyway, back to the pull apart. The bottom of the speaker itself has that little adapter stand unit which essentially slots in to the top of the stand, so it slots into the top. Anyway, how that attaches the bottom of this unit is through that. So you've got an Allen key at the bottom that fits into the bottom of this unit there. As you can see, that screw will essentially hold the Allen key, or it might even be there. Let's get the focus right. Yeah, so where you see the Allen key coming through there, that screw essentially will hold the unit stand to that, and your cable will fit into the back of that little hole and then feed into the back. So it's quite a nice, neat, nifty, tidy system. You can see the cable will come in through that little gap there and then run all the way down the tube and escape the bottom of the unit at the back. Anyway, the pull apart for this was a bit worrying because, as you can see, the unit itself has no visible screws and pry opens or anything. So how the hell do you get into this? So we'll start it off by taking off the grill. Now these grills thankfully are snap off grills, and what I did was just start off with one end where it was loose, lifted it up a little bit, and essentially I've got the other pair here which I've opened up. You can have a look, and I pried it open very carefully, and then as you can see, it's got the grills, no glue, and they should come apart easily enough, but if you do it very carefully, as I did, I put a screwdriver in and then pried it all the way through, let it clip open and all the way through. Anyway, so we get into that, and this is what you see on the inside. So on the other side we've done the same, but here you can see some wiring. So as you can see, that's the wiring to the 4-pin connectors that connect to the back. So as you can see, these are somewhat bi-wireable essentially, although I think it's not exactly. I'll explain to you why. KEF drivers usually have the dual type of driver in the front. So you've got the tweeter which sits in the middle like there, and you've got the mid-range or bass driver that sits around. So you can see it moves independently of the middle tweeter. So the front grill I managed to take off just with a paper clip, which you can do very easily, and all is stuck together with a little bit of glue on the edges, so that'll come off very nicely. So you can see what the driver looks like inside. It's like a aluminium driver cone with a rubber butyl surround and a nice mesh covering the tweeter in the middle. So what is this speaker then? If you can imagine, this speaker is going to be sitting like that, upright, driver facing forward. This, I suspect, is giving you the surround sound, and it's got this tweeter very much like the Mission M series, the Cube speakers. They've got a similar sort of driver array where it's a magnet with a coil attached to a flat piece of plastic or perspex or whatever it might be. So this gives you the surround effect, which is a clever bit of tech. So I suspect you should be able to still buy them. Those two speakers wires essentially are your wires going into the front main unit, and you've got the black and blue, which is those two wires are giving you your surround effect. So essentially it's almost a 3-speaker in one unit. So clever bit of tech. Anyway, what you want to see is inside. So once you open that up, you're going to have alternating Allen key on that side and the same on the other side. So you've got to pry them open. Now once I did that, I kind of thought all I had to do was split this bit apart, but as you split it apart, you'll see there'll be tension on that, because this flat piece essentially is taped all the way around the edge. So what I did was, with a fine sharp knife, a clean standy blade, was just slice open the rubber adhesive all the way around. So once you get that, you should be able to pry it open quite nicely. So this is what happened when I peeled it off. Aluminium made, you can feel it's quite a heavy solid piece of precast metal, and that's what we have inside. And I think the NST or NSX drivers on the Mission. Anyway, you've got a little bit small transistor at the back there. See the figures, and that's what we have on the cone. So this is the good stuff. You can see the magnet is enclosed chrome. That's your crossover at the back. Let's get a good shot of that. Hopefully you can see that clearly. Yep, good. And yeah, essentially I dismantle that, and you can see the back of this unit now. Now I don't really want to peel this bit off, only because I think I'm going to damage the driver at the back, but essentially that's what it looks like. It is attached completely to the entire panel, giving you the surround, the side effect of sound. And yeah, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to dismantle these bits, connect and hardwire a cable straight through to it, just positive, negative, just run it as it is, and we should be good to go. I'm going to have two cables actually, one just to run the main driver unit there, and the other is just to run the side firing if someone wants to use it as a surround effect speaker, which I think is pretty good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun dismantling it. In fact, this little piece here comes off on its own, so you can see the driver is mounted on its own. Quite a nice feature. Very well built, very heavy, as you would expect from a brand like KEF. And I hope you like it. Feel free to Google online for the specs of the actual speakers. I'm not quite sure what the actual specs of these are. But just to give you a quick idea of what the size of this front driver is. Quick measuring tape out. Sorry for all the movement. I don't have the tripod today with me, but there we go. That's what you're looking at. It's about a 10 centimeter driver, 4-inch base driver on that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and leave some comments, and I might even do a demo of these sound wise, so you get an idea of what the flavor of the sound quality is like. Thanks for watching, guys.